Hello and welcome to a brief tutorial on the navigation and use of the Buyer Insights portal, powered by the Registria platform and Tableau software. This report is our index, geographic breakdown of U.S. registration versus population distribution. Quite simply, this is a index representation of your registration volume versus population of adults in the U.S. And so understanding that an index, an average score or a one-to-one score would be 100, this middle line represents what would be average. So anytime when we do the math and have the percent of your registration volume coming in below the population density for U.S. adults, you'd score below 100, or that state would score below 100. If you're coming in with a higher distribution or percentage of your registrations in a state than what the distribution is of the U.S. population, you're going to score, or that state will score over 100. And so, very simply put, what you'll see when you go over any one of these states is the actual information, the distributions, and the index scores. So what I see here when I mouse over the state of Wyoming, I'm getting 0.2% of my total registrations from the state of Wyoming. Well, comparatively to the U.S. population, the U.S. population is only distributed there to the extent of 0.09%. So in fact, I'm over-penetrated by about 119%, and that's what you would see represented in that population index for the state. A score of 219.7 really means that I'm 119.7% above the U.S. population, or my 20.20% is 119.7% greater than the 0.09 of the U.S. population residing there. And I'm also getting in this tooltip the total registration volume for every state that I see. And it's important to note that these blue circles will represent your volume concentration and intensity. These are one and the same. They're synonymous. What we just wanted to do was give you a very quick and easy way to understand exactly where the volume is and understand the intensity of that volume. So what you're going to see down below would be a representation of your top marketing regions. And this when there are no selections made on the states, meaning you haven't clicked through on any of the states. That top 10 representation is truly a national representation of your top marketing regions. And as you can see here, with nothing selected, my top marketing regions are 803 Los Angeles, 501 New York, 602 Chicago, 623 Dallas-Fort Worth, and 524 Atlanta, Georgia. This is very powerful information for use with your media planners when trying to figure out the appropriate level of media spend in your major markets. But too, it can very much help target localized efforts. So here, when I click on the state of Arkansas, what I'm seeing is that my top 10 marketing regions changed, and it's now very relevant to the marketing region that we're talking about. So I can see that in the state of Arkansas, these are my top 5 marketing regions, and I can see that this marketing region, 693 Little Rock, Pine Bluff, is actually representative of 50% of total registration volume in that state. So this would be very helpful when I'm working with media planners to understand where we should be targeting for either greater spend, and again, if I'm under 100, going to be more yellow and orange in terms of the color of the state. If I'm overspending or if I'm oversaturated, I'm going to be more toward these darker green colors here. So, and again, you can click through on any state and have this view change accordingly and have your top 10 for each region. So that would be it for this brief introduction. If you have any further questions, please contact your client success manager. And thanks very much for watching.